Hey, SVRA drivers, it's Alex Miller, your race director for SVRA. I'm just going to take my mask off now so you can hear me a little bit more, a little less muffled, but it is a very critical, important part of our going to Road Atlanta. We gotta wear a mask, guys. They're very serious about it, and we'll get into it in a little minute here. But welcome to this classic road course. SVRA is pleased to host this event. Be sure to use the schedule you got in your registration as things change at the last minute. We want all of you to be on the same page with timelines. This video is your only driver's meeting of the weekend. It will run at Tech all day Thursday and Friday for your review and for people who do not see this video. Please share this information with your crew. There's very important stuff in here. Load-in procedure is a little different, but I think it's going to be a lot smoother. You'll see load-in is going to be a lot smoother. SVRA and IGT teams will turn into the track at gate 1 and immediately turn left into the staging lanes. Pull forward to the stop point, walk back past the gate entrance to the registration building on the left to register. Every person must be registered to gain track access. There'll be a load-in map on the Atlanta link of the SVRA website for you to take a look at, but it's pretty straightforward stuff. Those of you who have raced with us before, it's pretty normal. At registration, you'll need to sign the usual waiver, which now includes the COVID-19 portion required by the track. This saves us a step. If you recall, those of you who run with us before there, you've had to go through the portico, sign a second waiver, and then make that big U-turn and come around to get into the lane. That's been eliminated now. So you'll just need to sign a COVID-19 and get your temperature checked at registration now instead. Be prepared to have take a little extra time at registration to get this accomplished. Please wear your mask when approaching each other and the SVRA staff. Working on cars in your paddock space is okay without a mask. Just to put it on when you leave to discuss issues with your friends and people when you're walking through the paddock. When you're going to a restaurant, you're going to do something to get food, please remember to put your mask on. Registration opens at 1 o'clock on Wednesday, March 24th. Load-in will commence quite soon after that. SVRA and IGT teams will be parked in the original support paddock, now renamed the Tower Paddock. Please observe the fire lanes and keep them open at all times. You'll be driving straight ahead from the staging lanes where the paddock and the SVRA teams will move into the normal locations. Note that all scheduled start of day sessions start now at 8:10 a.m., not 8 a.m. No revving of engines before 8 o'clock each day. Please drive quietly to the grid if you're the first run group for the day. Local sound restrictions are getting tighter at Road Atlanta. They're very sensitive. We don't want to see Road Atlanta turn into Lime Rock or Laguna Seca or someplace like that. So please, let's be very quiet and cautious. If you want to start your motors before you warm them up, quietly warming them up in a paddock is one thing, revving the motors is another. And when you're driving to the grid, please idle your way to the grid or tow the car to the grid. It will really make friends with Road Atlanta. We've had some problems last November with this. All drivers in test day or race days must be registered and licensed for the car they're driving. Please no mix and matching. If you want to be a co-driver, you must register with the car as usual to go out on the track. Cars for the test day need not be teched to run Thursday, but must get inspected on Thursday to compete the rest of the weekend. Tech will close its tech line it will close the line at 4:30 on Thursday. We'll continue teching until everybody's through the line. On track, on the outlap in testing and practice, there'll be a full course yellow setup displayed. Please take time to look at the flag stations. They're your lifeline of information, so you get to know where they are. I don't want any excuses from, I didn't see the yellow flag. You have to get a black flag for missing it. Black flag station is at station 9 on the back straight. A furl black means we're watching you. You did something we did not like. But keep on racing. A waving black with your number on the board means come into the pit lane black flag station for instruction. Red flag means the race or session is stopped. Proceed to the nearest corner station at a reduced speed. Wait for the instruction from the corner flag station. I'll either go full course yellow and the pace car will pick up the leader in a race, or the race will go green again. On the cool down lap, please continue at 2/3 race speed. We'll need to clear the course as quickly as possible for the next session to get started. Yellow flag means you may race to the first yellow flag station, then reduce speed, no passing. If you pass under the yellow, you'll be shown the black flag, so you must come into the pit lane and see the black flag marshal for a stop and go penalty. If you give back the position within a few corners, no penalty will occur. That is a new arrangement there. You can race to the flag station, the first yellow flag station. If you go 4 wheels off the track during test day or practice, you stop and come into the pit lane for a quick safety check of your car. If everything's fine, we'll release you right back into the session. If you choose not to come in on your own, we will black flag you. If you ignore that, you lose a lap in the next session. In qualifying, you will not, you'll lose your fast lap. No black flag, 4 wheels off during races. Do not blow the checkered flag. It will be displayed at start finish and at station 9 during practice and test sessions, but only at start finish for qualifying in the races. Blend line, pit out. Keep the white line on your right. The grid marshal will wave you out when it's safe to enter the course. Pit in will keep the white pit lane exit line on your right as you come down the hill. Get slowed down while still on the hill. The turn at the bottom is tighter than you think. Oiling board, the famous oiling boards that we use. Flaggers will use the UR oiling board to display if you're leaking oil. We need to pull off track at the orange guardrails ends and stop. Please do not spread oil all the way around. Clean up again. This kills the schedule. SVRA will use the tower paddock usual grid locations at pit out. Be ready to go out on time. Please show up suited up and ready to go 5 minutes early. Qualifying. Your best time from both qualifying sessions sets the grid for feature race 1. Your feature race 1 finishing position determines your grid position for feature race 2. Vintage driving rules. I need to reinforce the over-aggressive driving rules. This is supposed to be vintage racing without avoidable contact incidents. We're not a contact sport. We're not at the Daytona 500. No one remembers who won the race, only the guy who wrecked somebody else's car. So please, let's be more respectful and have a nice, clean vintage race. If you slingshot past somebody from too far back and you're not up alongside the car being passed, cannot see you yet, and you have contact, most always the overtaking car is at fault. Think twice before that move. I'm going to be pretty tough on everybody. All the video I see almost always shows the ill-conceived pass attempt that results in a metal-to-metal contact. In practice, you'll lose your next session. In qualifying, you'll lose your 2 fastest laps. In the race, you run the risk of being disqualified. I don't want it. We got cleaned up some at Sebring, so let's make sure we stay ahead of the curve here, guys. If your transponder dies on you, we have rental transponders available at Tech. Shorts are allowed in the hot pits, are not allowed, excuse me, shorts are not allowed in the hot pits. For sprint races, they're allowed in the cold pit lane only. And of course, for the enduro, they're not allowed at all. No running of engines after 8 p.m. Remember, at Road Atlanta, we have a quiet hours issue on Sunday. So from 10 o'clock to noon, no running of any engines at all. If you have a problem with your car, get it happy by 10 o'clock because we can't run. Sunday night overnight stays. You must exit the paddock, but can stay out in the grass area next to registration overnight if you wish to leave on Monday morning. That's fine. The enduro meeting will be Friday at lunch in the tech shed in the tower paddock. Notice on the schedule for the enduro, there's some strict time differences to be observed. Please take a look at the enduro schedule for timelines. We really have to start on time. The race is the race. The time is the time on a enduro. I want to make sure that we roll off at 8:10 so that we get our things done on time. Helmet stickers are no longer required. There is a new track walk, organizational track walk being arranged for everybody there. The F4, F3 teams and the Trans Am teams will leave from their side of the pro paddock. You SVRA racers and IGT racers may walk the track, leaving from the grid area, our normal grid area. Walking and bicycle riding only, no motorized vehicles. You'll depart from the grid pit out at 6 o'clock and must be completed by 7:30. Be aware that some maintenance trucks may be working as you walk. Give them the right of way. Please leave a comment in the YouTube or Facebook comment sections with your name and car number on it, or leave a comment note at email at alex@svra to let me know that you've watched this video. Appreciate that. Those 3 methodologies you can use to let us know. Thanks. Let's have a great race.